breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. The Notorious B.I.G's mother, Voletta Wallace, has died today. According to TMZ, Biggie Small's mother died Friday morning in Strasburg, Pennsylvania. According to Monroe County Coroner's Office, Thomas Tuyak. Let's go. Let's get this thing started. All right. All right, so we already know breaking news, breaking news. Now, Voletta Wallace, right? Voletta, excuse me, my accent kick in. Voletta Wallace has passed away, according to TMZ. We're told she was in hospice care, and the cause of her death is of natural causes. I didn't know she was in hospice. Did y'all know that? Put that in the comments. Let me know what's going on. Now, Voletta carried on Biggie's legacy after his tragic death, overseeing his estate and helping pass down his wealth to his family, including his daughter, Tiana Wallace. Now, she did a pretty good job, his mother, of running things too. Biggie's estate was estimated to be worth about $10 million when he died, and it's since been ballooned up to a staggering estimated $160 million. Now, that's a lot, right? We're going to get into that. We're going to speak about Biggie and, how the two of them collided in a minute. We're going to come up with a nice little ride. Now, Voletta celebrated when her son was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and her Instagram account was mostly dedicated to his achievements. She posted about his foundation, his streaming numbers, tribute concerts, and pop culture references. Right? She kept his legacy alive. When Biggie's biopic Notorious premiered in 2009, Voletta explained why it was important to tell his story on the big screen. Now, Biggie's real name, Christopher Wallace, was gunned down in L.A. back in 1997 following the shooting death of rival rapper Tupac Shakur. Rest in peace to Voletta Wallace, who was 78 years old. But I want to say this, and we're going to definitely have to change it up. But I want to say this right now, man. Here's a woman that came from Jamaica and came over here, and got her son with her, and she raised him, and she tried everything she can to keep him the straight way so that he didn't slide past, but he sat there, like he said himself in his plenty of rap songs. He looked out his window and he saw everything that was going on, and he just wanted to go down there and get in the pool of action, and his mother's in the window telling him no, excuse me, as long as she can. Now, excuse me, she tells him no, and he's arguing back and forth, and then she tell him yeah for a little bit, a couple of hours turn into this turn into that, and all types of craziness happen. So that's the point that I'm making, that we could try and do everything we can to protect our children, but it's their choices and their destiny where they wind up. Many might not like me saying their destiny, but some people, my opinion, was, born to just wreak havoc. Because I've met men and women like that. They just wreak havoc. I met some of the wildest. I know this one woman, right? 'Cause we ride. I know this one woman used to go up in the crack house and, the gambling spot. She used to smoke. But she'll go up in the gambling spot and she'll just start, raising ruckus, and whoever in there got money in their hand, she's snatching the money out the hand, and she ain't playing. She's snatching your money and running straight out the door, and you'll think she playing, so you stand there looking at her like, I know she didn't just do that. But by then, she going out the door. You go out the door and look for her. She gone. She in the crack house. She ain't even thinking about you. But when she took it, you thinking that, oh, man, you know what I mean? This broad sitting here playing. I don't feel like chasing this old ass woman. I know she ain't going nowhere. Bring my money back. So you take your time going after, and the whole time she running like she playing, and she gone with your money. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, while this is going on, you sitting there and you don't even know where you at. You don't even know nothing. You know, but that's just a product of the environment. And Biggie sat there looking out the window at different variations of, you know, street activity, and that's what he put in his art that landed him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, you know, it's just tragic how he went out, because we shouldn't have to lose each other like that. A matter of fact, you know, that was like 2-3 years after I got locked up. I got locked up in like 93, got 94, by 95, all that started, 95, 96, with him and Tupac. And I'm reading about that in 96 in 80X. That's when Biggie died. I'll never forget that because I was in 80X. But, you know, I'm locked in a cage and I'm rooting for my brother on the outside, and I try to do everything I could to save him. I tried to do everything to save him, man. I called Gene and you know, relayed what needed to be relayed the best I could. And like I said, whatever happened after that happened. And, you know, Gene know how I feel about him. I knew that Gene was the one to get it to. You know what I mean? And, you know, Gene says that, you know, allegedly Puffy didn't want to move on it. I don't even know if I can even say allegedly, because he didn't move on it. So you know what it is. But, you know, we always going to try and help each other out, because that's how we are as a people. But to see the way Voletta Wallace handled his finances and brought it from $10 million to $160 million that he's leaving behind for his kids, man, his mission is complete. You know what I mean? Wherever he's at now, that's where God feels his best, you know, used. And his children is now going to be here to carry in his footsteps and on with his legacy to keep things going and take it to the next level on this form that we on. You know, that's just how real that get, man. But, you know, Voletta Wallace, like I said, you know, she passed away at 78. You know, she did everything she could to try and keep Biggie off the street. Nothing wouldn't work, you know. And he wound up on the street, then got pulled off the street. And that's crazy, because people say that, you know, Diddy's the devil, but Diddy took him off the street. Diddy took him to where we know him at today. Diddy did a lot, regardless what they do with him with his situation. He did a lot. And I even heard that lawyer got fired or lawyer got quit, something today. I got to do a report on that later. I mean, it's crazy how they putting us through this. And, you know, we as a people, we really need to come together, man, and think and watch and see. Because like they said, I forgot which one of the podcasters had made that statement. Oh, yeah, big shout out to Rudy Williams from Baltimore, man. I gotta go see my old head, man. I gotta go see my old head. Relax. Gotta go see my old head, Rudy Williams. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Like, Rudy was out of his son's life for over 3 decades. He come home to a 30-something-year-old man, and when I went down there to see him and I seen the love that they had for each other and how the son was patient with the father, you know what I mean? The father was being just as miserable as an old man terrorizing the son. You know what I mean? That's how I look at you. I got to say it like it is, Rudy. Because your son was just so patient, you know. I'm just messing with you. Everybody know Rudy old laid back. But Rudy, man, y'all, I love you, man. And you're the prime example of a father from what I've seen since I've been home, seeing you interact with your seeds. You know, and you definitely get a round of applause for that, man. I mean, these are the moments that get emotional, because we done lost Biggie's mother after she been there with him raising his one son to be a man, and you know he want to go over there in the devil's land, and she's telling him, man, that's the devil's land. You ain't trying to go over there. And he's like, man, come on, Mom, I'm telling you, I can rap, I can handle it. I can handle myself. I've been outside, Mom. Come on, Mom, I've been outside. You know how they do that. So that's what he did with his moms. And his mom's let the leash off a little bit, until he all the way outside, you know. Then he sharpened his craft. He met who he needed to meet to get connected to Diddy and Bad Boy and put out music and make history, and that's what it is. And then now he's successful, And from his music, he never have to worry about nothing again. You know what I mean? And then he continued to make music all the way up until his passing. His mother was right there. Because I hope y'all understand the love of a mother. You know, like me, right? I don't give a crap. Let me say this, right? Let me say this for the record. I don't give a crap if none of my kids, you know, if none of my sons love me. I don't give a crap if none of my sons love me. I'm talking about my sons right now. I don't need you to love me. I need you to respect me. Love is going to get our relationship confused. Respect me, and then we could love each other. Because I came home to a grown-ass man that I have to learn how to move at his pace and things like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, all I care about is them loving their mother. As long as my sons love their mother and treat their mother like the precious princess and queen that she's supposed to be treated as, all my sons' mothers, then mission accomplished. Because he's already going to carry on my name. And that's where he takes care of his mother. I hope y'all understanding where I'm coming from with that, meaning Biggie's mother stepped in after he passed and saw how he was getting robbed by Bad Boy. And she done flipped it, whipped it, and spent it around and turned it up to a estimated, you know what I mean? Like they said, 160 million. It's a nice little ticket to leave behind for your children. You know what I mean? Especially when you sent your children to school and prepared them for the real world and then give them a bag like an estimated 160 million. I think he only has 2 kids, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 3. Y'all put in the comments, you know, these rat bastards looking for something to jump in and say. But, you know, been on here long enough. I just wanted to let y'all know that Voletta Wallace has passed. I'll be doing something else later. I'm in the mood to ride today. You know what I mean? Could I ride?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. Heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. Rush. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Real. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the. Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.